Magistrate, there is a shake-up happening, ma'am, in the world. After Donald Trump has taken charge, the tariff wars have created this atmosphere. They've created this opportunity for countries like Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Nepal, to become manufacturing hubs, to take over the business that China is letting go of because of logistical reasons, which are precipitated by the announcements which have been made by the Trump administration. Bangladesh could have focused on that. They could have focused on enterprise rather than radicalism. Do you think this is that exact Rubicon moment, that this is this exact moment which is going to see the downfall of a country that was once in the recent past being appreciated for its economic outlook?
I agree, Vineet. This is a very sad state of affairs at the moment, and the way things are panning out, and the Bangladeshi people are really going to be the losers in all these big games that people are playing. And the rise of the Islamists in Bangladesh, and as very rightly said, with their so-called interim head, interim president, prime minister, whatever you want to call him, Muhammad Yunus, at the helm, and he is speaking only the language of Pakistan and China. It seems as if he's being directed from outside, the kind of statements, and now the statement that they will take over the Northeast as well, and earlier that he had said, access to the ocean is only through Bangladesh, and India, Seven Sisters are, they are landlocked, and then he also spoke of something about alluding to the chicken neck, etc. So I think these kind of statements are going to only lead Bangladesh downhill. And instead of, as you very rightly said, instead of focusing on trying to seize the opportunity and become once again, be at the forefront of manufacturing, garments, etc., and many other things. The garment industry in Bangladesh was really flourishing. And even now, the small SMEs and all that. And as a matter of fact, Muhammad Yunus used to be the micro, bank manager, so to speak, for which he had got the Nobel Prize. But what he had started was these micro loans to women, and it had really been a very successful experiment. Later on, whatever it may have, not continued on the same path, but it was something which he was focusing on, the economic aspect. But I think now he does not seem to be really in charge and is being guided by others, including the Islamists, including the, I think to some extent Pakistan. And there's even, it looks like as if he wants to become part of Pakistan again, the kind of statements that he has been making. Meaning he wants Bangladesh to become part or to reunite with Pakistan again. So I think for the Bangladeshis, for the normal common people, it is really going to be downhill if it continues if this trend continues like this. And of course, he should really be, all trade with India and other aspects, all those aspects. He's not focusing at all on the development aspect at all. He's not focusing. And yes, it is very, very likely that there will be skirmishes with the Arakans. Not skirmishes, there'll be some confrontation with the Arakans. And I don't know who's directing that, because I had read somewhere, I don't know whether it is true or not, that there are other forces behind encouraging Bangladesh to take on the Arakan army and to teach the Myanmar people a lesson, the government there a lesson, and things like that. So, there are all these things floating around, and different narratives, different aspects of the problem. And I really think the Bangladeshi government is playing into the hands of others who are sort of, being puppeteers and pulling the strings. So they really need to understand that this was, with the tariff wars and all that this should have been taken as an economic opportunity, an opportunity to position Bangladesh in a way that its, economic growth was ensured. But I guess they have chosen otherwise.
Right, and you're absolutely right.